hip switch. Okay, so here I am. I scoop under, try to sweep. Lucas is there. Leg goes out, head goes out, and the salute. Boom. I actually stretch him out and I control him right here. Try never to be flat. It's the end of the world here. You turn your head inwards. Once you turn your head inwards, like that, your first concern is to secure the grip, making sure that the forearm is connected to the neck. Okay, and then if you can, reach the biceps, reach the back of your head, finish. If you're trying to do all this adjustment and he's already giving too much space, what do? Hold, connect. Wrist by the neck. The wrist out of the neck doesn't work. Wrist by the neck. The right arm bent, and a finish. Guys, now an easy one, but very appropriate for that kind of game when the person's on the knees already. It's very common that they feel that if you scoop under their hips, they're going to be an easy prey to get lifted. So they try to back off with the hips a lot, so I don't go underneath. So that's something that can happen. And a lot of times too, they will post this hand to help them to scoop. So from this situation here, when I try to go under, look, they're pretty much backing off like this. Okay? So what this happens, guys, what I want you to do is this. You need to make sure that you limit his movement a little bit. Okay? So the leg here, for the hook flip position, that I always try to let stay on the outside, or at least on the same level as my foot, never inside. This is not good except for the arm drag. You're always looking for this or for that. Okay? I use this leg to block his knee on the outside. So from here, I will pretty much try to scoop under, but in reality what I want is this, look. So I'm blocking his knee just a tiny bit to make sure that at least this part of his leg and hip are mine. Okay? So from here, the whole trick is that you should never let your right knee collapse to the inside. You should always keep it as a bar. Your knee has to always be on the outside of the person's torso. And then the bottom leg works like a horse kick. We like to call the horse kick. So from here, look, you will start to do the horse kick. You will connect your shin on the guy. And then at the same time you do that, look, you control the outside leg. If you notice this knee, I should never get that knee in. If that knee goes a little bit in, I'm done. It needs to be out. Okay? So when the knee is out, that back leg, the horse kick leg, when I block his leg, I will keep kicking underneath for me until I'm able to put my toes on the ground. Once I put my toes on the ground, look, I turn on my knees. I'll stop here for a second because look, my knee's on the outside and I have my knee and my toes on the ground. What do I do now? I stretch my leg and I take my knee off the ground. I don't barely need to do anything with the hook leg. All I need to do, look, is to follow. And the cool thing is that, look, he always gonna fall with the arms, kind of like the crazy man jacket. I don't call crazy man jacket, what is that? Straight jacket, sorry. So I always gonna fall like this, and I fall in a really privileged position on the mount. Why do I go to the mount and not to the side control in this case? Because I have his arms. If I have his arms and I'm that high, there is nothing he can do to prevent me to go to the mount. Okay? One of the best in the world on this sweep is Master Jean-Jacques Machado. I got swept like that so many times I lost I didn't even know. And it's double over under concept. Okay? So from here, remember, don't try to go from there. What am I doing wrong? First, I'm not blocking his knee. Second, my hip is too far. Okay? So from here, you're gonna be blocking to connect your hip a little bit more. As I'm kicking, I'm addressing the outside arm. So as I kick, boom, I connect the outside arm. Horse kick, keeping the knee up. Horse kick, toe, knee. Now my hip is already completely turned. My leg is blocking. What do I need to do now? It's a small